on. I hope you got your big girl Friday panties on. Walter's doing a turkey jazz hands or something like that. Jazz hands for me. This is episode, Walter, 251.
I know that because last night was 250.
Yes, 251 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast, coming to you live from the Strange Media Studios in Gainesville. Walter, we did 250,000. I don't know if is there. I don't know if there's supposed to be a celebration or not for yesterday, but
250,000. I've never heard it put that way, but
yeah, I was trying to. Yeah, I was stretching a little bit,
trying to make it sound epic.
Yeah,
it is actually. If you think about it, a lot of people like yourself only do it once a week.
Yeah,
I mean that blog once a week.
Yeah, or a lot. You mean go live and stuff?
Yeah, like that. Yeah. And a lot of big guys only do it like once a week, maybe twice.
Yeah,
you fucking do it every damn night of the week.
We're hungry, man. We're hungry. I mean, look at us. We're like big, strong boys that need food.
I haven't been doing it every night. You've been doing it every night of the week.
Yeah, I know. Well, I've been going easy on you.
I lose my mind doing it every night of the
week. Yeah, so one of us has to do it every night, Walter.
I get where I don't like it when I do it every night. I actually, on Wednesday night, I worked on the Halflinger, doing some repairs on that. That's Peggy's little truck thing, which I'll have it to shoot.
Oh, okay, cool.
And last night I had to take some stuff up to Sean's house so he could go to the shoot with it.
Mm-hmm.
And we drove through the freaking monsoon. It stormed last night down here again like that.
Yeah, you guys are getting rain.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's you drive through it for 3 or 4 miles, and on the other side the sun's out.
Yeah. Welcome to Florida.
Yeah, that's Florida.
Yeah.
That's what I like, actually. Nice rain. It dropped this afternoon when it rained. It stormed at the shop. It must have dropped 20 degrees in a minute.
Yeah.
And
that helps. That helps.
But the wind was blowing so freaking hard and blowing all the stuff in the doors. And it's like, oh, damn.
Yeah. See, it's like you get something over here, you lose something over there.
Yeah.
Can't have it all. Can't have it all. By the way, go ahead.
Sun came back out an hour later and was like a sauna. So,
Yeah. Yeah. So, we got to thank these guys too for helping us put on the podcast. Right. See that right there?
Oh, I see it.
We got to thank, yeah, but we want to be careful. Of course, we got to behave ourselves.
We live in strange times.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. So, I mean, we've got a bunch of stuff to talk about. The title of the show, Walter, is the 25th Amendment. Let's talk about it.
Oh, they were going to,
Yeah. I just put in the let's talk about it because I see that Machine Gun Kelly says that a lot. And I've been looking at the, white rapper on white rapper rap wars going on right now.
Oh, really? They're battling?
Yeah, with Machine Gun Kelly and Eminem.
Oh, they're going at each other?
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah,
is that an East Coast, West Coast thing, or is that just dumb white guys?
Oh my gosh. Oh, Lord. Yeah, one, I think they're both from the same area, if I'm not mistaken, or from the Midwest. I think they're both from the Midwest.
Oh, okay.
Eminem is all rich, and Eminem, I should say, is super rich in Hollywood now.
Right.
Machine Gun Kelly he's rich. He's rich too. He's kind of on rock star status. He's got a little bit of change or whatever, but it's just amusing. I don't know. It's amusing to me, man. I think at some point in life, you move out of the way and you let the young people do their thing. What do you think?
It depends what you're doing. I mean, if the young ones are making an ass of themselves, let them do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what I think. Like with Eminem, I think at some point, or musicians or whatever. I'm not saying ever give up. I'm always going to be creative. Yeah. I'm always going to be creative. I'm always going to be an artist and doing things. If I'm not doing this, I'll do something else.
Like I say, I'm never going to retire and like sit on the front porch and.
But I don't chase around after young girls like some people that make 3D guns do, because that's my son's job, Walter. That's what I have sons for. So at some point you give up the world to the young and you let them do their thing and stay out of it. Otherwise you get in trouble. So I don't know if you want to jump into that early before the shout outs, but
Yeah, get the business done before we get to the silly. Before we have to address the monkey business.
Yeah. Let's get into that. So let's just quickly shout out everyone in the chat. Thanks for everyone for being here. I know it's Friday. Everyone's ready to party, except if you're old. Like I was saying, you know, I stopped going to clubs a long time ago, Walter. I think when I was 18 or 19, I stopped going to clubs.
Wow.
Just FYI, I don't know how old were you when you stopped going to the clubs? Like 39.
when I asked my wife to marry me.
No, I stopped at an early age. I'm kind of corny and boring.
I wasn't going to the club. Well, I would say clubs, you know, going out and with my friends and stuff. But everybody got hitched up and, you know, married and shit. So, you know, it got.
I didn't like going to the clubs, to be honest with you. I mean, I grew up in New York City. So I was 18, 19, 20, 21. I think I lived in New York until, I don't know, maybe I was like 25 or even above that. But the thing is that the clubs, to me, standing on a line, trying to get into a place that's crowded with people is not appealing.
And then they're picking people out too. You know, they might not let you in, right?
Yeah. So I don't like that whole competition kind of thing of trying to be the coolest or whatever. So
star.
Yeah, I just was not into that. But I've always been a nerd. I'm a nerdy kind of guy.
I got too much light over here. Give me a second here.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's go shout out the folks here. Special K, what's going on? E-Rock, Jay Brennan.
That's better.
As well. Let's see. Christopher Williams in here. DCG 44s. This is our club, Walter. This is called the Old Man's Army. For the old. Oh, are you making the clouds? The club sound.
Yeah.
Also, like, kind of the clubs I went to were in the hood, so people like there was a shootout all the time.
Did they have I don't know. They don't have like these like flash clubs or like have the flash thing when people just say, you know, like the party's here and everybody shows up there. Boom.
No, because we didn't really have internet back then.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, not like now. Yeah.
Yeah. So
we didn't have the smartphones weren't prevalent.
Yeah. I mean, New York City was like the Tunnel. I'm trying to remember all the names of the clubs in New York City, like the Tunnel, and there were places in Queens and things like that. You know, being I was in I grew up in Far Rockaway, and I went all over New York City, but you know, I grew up in a Caribbean West Indian community, being from Guyana, and that added like an extra layer of drama to everything because
are you saying that?
My peoples are very dramatic.
Okay. That's what I was working. I was working toward that.
Yeah. You always got in trouble in the clubs for like messing with the wrong guy's girlfriend or something.
Or looking at the wrong guy's girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah. So those were not places to go. I kind of avoided all that.
I don't.
Yeah. So although, someone's sounds like food's coming in for Walter.
Oh man, that'd be awesome.
So let's see. Richard Hughes, DCG 44s. I say Christopher Williams. I think I did Ghetto. The Ghetto now became Ghetto. He shortened it down. What's up, Ghetto? Justin E. Special K. Let's see. The Archangel and Chris Bullis. Corey Williams is in here. Armament and Axes as well. STL Storm Spotter. Rich White. Talking about the rap feud. We also have Rich White here.
Rich White.
He's in here.
That sounds like a rapper name. Rich White.
Yeah. There's some guy from the 80s, the whole drug trade. I think, what is it? White Boy Ricky or something. They're making a movie out of that.
Movie. Yeah. That's at the theater right now, actually.
Yeah. Do you remember that guy from back?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I'm thinking of what's his face, the big Colombian guy, and that whole cartel thing. But
Noriega? No.
Noriega. Well, that one too. But
oh man, what was the guy that Noriega and all those?
I mean, the chat will pop up in a second here.
Not Chavez. Chavez is lately. Someone will tell us. I forgot that guy that they eventually got him.
Yep, they shot him. He did.
Yeah. Let's see.
Escobar.
Yeah. That's
Pablo Escobar.
Yeah, Escobar. Yeah, that was the big dude in my times as well. Psycho 316. I shoot my AK naked. Lewis 1911. Jason Scherer. Let's see. Let's see who else we got in here. Ridge Runner. Moobut is also here. Shout out to Moobut, Richard Rasnick, the pants. Rabbit 0317 as well. Shout out to him. Or her. It could be her. I don't know. Yeah. I don't want to like make assumptions and get in trouble like I always do. Husey is also here. Opt out of gun control here. Rob Avis, Justin E. I know I'm probably repeating some of these. Key Askey, Kathleen Music Lover, Simpson Road Larry, Rodney Brady, Chris Osborne, Leonidas of Spartan, Red Bear.
Red Bear.
Yeah, Black Sword Shinobi. Tacos and French fries is in here as well. Watchdog. John Gillian, and let's see who else we got. Sergeant Poppy, Mika is in. Shout out to Mika. Big Al, DC2 Mega Boost. Lots of folks in here right now. Let's see. Ghost Tactical's also here. Mr. Scary, Flopping Garbage. Yeah, Care Bear on the Holiday Road. You're liking these names, right?
Yeah.
People got some cool names up in here. Okay, so shout out to everyone. If I missed anyone, let me know. We got a few hours tonight that we could talk about it. And
is it just me and you, or is it somebody else?
Yeah. Oh, it's just me and you, man. Just kicking it. You know, kicking it, spitting it, doing it.
Yeah, making fools of ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. So let's see. Where should we start? You want to start with Cody Wilson?
Oh, jeez. Pete.
Have you been keeping up with this while you're toiling over a hot CNC machine?
Just I heard that this happened and he's in Taiwan and now he's got an apartment in Taiwan. And is there extradition with Taiwan?
No, but his ass got arrested and he's on the way back to the States.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so let's see. So the latest thing here.
So
go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. Do you think he was set up?
I don't know. It's the latest thing here. This is from the New York Times. There's a whole bunch of different articles out there. Cody Wilson, 3D printed gun proponent, is arrested in Taiwan on sex assault charge. And the police arrested Mr. Wilson in the Wahoo district of Taipei.
Wahoo!
And delivered him to the National Immigration Agency. What? Immigration? I mean, I thought these people were trying not to work with immigration. Remember that? Remember they weren't supposed to be working. I think even did you see that? And I know I'm getting off the subject.
Did I say what?
I saw some Google employees. Some Google employees got in trouble over something like that. Like they were. Let's see. I'll come to that in a second. So just remember this, guys. We'll come back to this here in a second because there was definitely something related to immigration out there I want to talk about. I think they got in trouble because these Google employees were trying to mess with the Googles to help people from getting busted. By ICE and all that.
So they were basically what you would call they were obstructing justice?
Yeah. Hacking the system.
Obstructing justice?
Who thinks these people would ever hack the system that they control? No, such a thing could never happen. Of course,
no,
it happens all the time. So anyway, so yes, so they delivered him to the National Immigration Agency. The police in Austin, Texas, said on Wednesday that Mr. Wilson had failed to board a flight back to the United States from Taipei, and they had asked the United States Marshals Lone Star Fugitive Task Force for help finding him. So the marshals are going to come back with him, and apparently. So here's the whole thing. He's not being charged with like fleeing, evading law or anything like that, because he was already there when this stuff came out. But apparently he heard about this from someone and then he left the country. This is what people are saying. Who knows whether that's really true or not? But he's accused of taking a girl he met via the website sugardaddymeet.com.
Oh my.
To a hotel in Austin on August 15th, having sex with her and paying her $500 in cash. And she apparently was like 16 years old or something like that.
Was that known?
I don't know.
When one solicits basically prostitution, do we present ID at the time to make sure that we're not?
I don't know, and I don't think the laws in Texas will protect you from that.
Isn't there? I mean, I'm just thinking out loud. Isn't there like age of consent stuff?
There is, but I think that in Texas you have to be 17.
Okay.
So people who live in Texas can tell us better about the laws. I suggest if you're a man, if you have an appendage dangling off of you, okay, you need to find out what the laws of consent are in places. I'm not trying to say I agree with them. I'm just trying to say the law is the law, and you not knowing about it is not going to protect you.
Yeah, you think about it when you were a teenager, like myself at one time. Mm-hmm. At one time, when I was 17, I went out with a girl who was 18.
Mm-hmm.
So, was she doing me?
I think it depends where you are, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like,
Florida gives you so if you're under whatever the age of consent is in Florida, which I think is 18. I could be wrong, but Florida gives you a year difference. So if one person is 18 and one person's 17, that's all good. But if someone is like 17, or let's say someone's 16 and the other person's 23, you are in trouble.
That's a big difference, yeah.
Yeah. As Lola's people say, you are in trouble. So, yeah. And this is the thing, we can argue about whether or not he was set up, but everyone's responsible for their own honor. I think at the end of the day, if you get to this point, you know that you're a target.
You're a target, yes. And don't do anything that could jeopardize your freedom.
Yeah. And I'm guessing
how bad you need to get a piece of ass. Don't.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of freaky stuff he was into. I guess he couldn't print a 3D chick fast enough.
Because that is the number one way they get people in doing things.
Yeah.
Ask any Russian they happen to see. Sex is the main thing they do to get people. So
yeah, I mean, that's the easy way of them getting you, man. Yeah. If they come after you with like the poison that kills everyone else that comes into contact with it, that's how you know they really want you out of here.
Yeah.
But the thing is like whether or not he was set up, and we can get into those whole like he did this thing, and I think that he should be aware of everything that he's doing. It seems like, unfortunately, I guess being famous in the gun community doesn't get you chicks. I know about this because, I'm kind of like a little tiny, maybe D-list star or something in the gun community or the Second Amendment community. It doesn't get you any chicks. Lola doesn't even want to talk to me most of the time. She doesn't respect my authority.
Your authority.
Yeah. So I guess there's just not enough single women.
All it does is get you in trouble, though.
Yeah. Exactly. So, I've never seen that. I've never had like female groupies, man. Never happened. There's a bunch of dudes. Yeah. There's a lot of dudes out there who think I'm cool, but that
no
doesn't
offense to you dudes, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool, man. It's always a cool thing. I go to places, I go to states and stuff like that I've never been to before, and there's always someone to hang out with and talk to.
Hey, that you hang strange, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. But
where are your boobs?
Yeah, oh man, I think he just really stepped into a situation here. We were was it you and I talking about this, or maybe it was me and someone else, that it's a completely different thing from what's going on with Kavanaugh.
Oh yeah, this has nothing to do with that. I mean, as far as
Kavanaugh is like over 30 years ago, probably closer to 40 years, and now it's all coming up. Which this is something that just happened, and the police in Texas actually verified that
there's videotape of him going in and out with the internet.
Yeah, so he's got some issues. I would suggest to people in the gun community that are lonely,
stay lonely.
There's lots of things. There's lots of things you can do. Because of the internet world, porn is free. If that doesn't work for you, there's fleshlights. You can always mess around with those. There's real girls if you got the money for that. The real girls are kind of expensive. So, or very old prostitutes. I'm not against prostitution. I think that should actually be legal.
Yeah.
Like all kidding aside.
Yep.
But just mess with really old ones. That's the safe bet. Like, if you're not going to check ID, just go with real old.
Yeah, I mean, even well, yeah, who knows what really happened, but obviously, you know, he had a they well, I don't know. I guess we'll wait and see how it all comes out. You probably never will hear what really happened. So,
yeah, we'll see how it plays out. I don't think there's much that anyone could do right now at this situation. It's all up to him, that girl, etc. Now, to say there have been worse things, do we have to mention R. Kelly? But you know, I don't think he has R. Kelly money though, Walter.
No.
So R. Kelly, I don't know if you even know who the hell R. Kelly was. But yeah, R. Kelly did some really crazy things and got away with it. R. Kelly pretty much has like a slave harem.
He's got like
at this point. Yeah, and he's getting away with it. So yeah. That's like all a weird thing going on, man. And then, you know what? I think also this is I keep talking about this. We should have like more simple rules, and we shouldn't have all these different rules, you know, that
rules of engagement.
Yeah, there's certain things like I get like every state has the right to set up their laws and all that kind of stuff. That's why you have to be aware of it. But there's just certain things, man, that the fact that it differs from state to state, right? Because he could have literally been in another state, and what he did would, I guess, would have been fine. So,
if somebody shows up, you make a deal, and somebody shows up, and they're not being forced to show up, which I don't know what the situation is. To me, it's a lot different than when you're doing things against people's will, so to speak.
Yeah, absolutely. Dudes have to keep it in their pants, Walter. I think you should switch your CNC machines over from whatever they're making right now and switch them to sex bots. Okay, don't say I didn't give you this advice. Yeah.
And then California will say that they create that they are cancer causing. So
yeah, I was gonna ask you. I mean, aluminum, CNC'd aluminum. How sexy is that?
I was talking to somebody else in the industry the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody I've been doing some stuff with, and he says, "Yes, you know about Proposition 69?" I'm like, I wasn't sure what it was. No, he was serious. He goes, that's in California where everything causes cancer, and you have to mark everything. This may cause cancer in California.
Mm-hmm.
And I never gave it much thought, but what he was saying was true. That even the oil you dip your guns in, or the finishes and stuff, California might think they're cancer causing. If you don't mark them, and somebody gets a hand on it, and they want to be a wise guy, and they sue you. So.
Yeah, I think there's lots of ways that they're looking at right now to attack things and make it, slow down what's going on. So check this out. Someone sent me this on my phone. Sex robot brothel planned for Houston, but it's getting pushback from a religious group. What? How can a religious group push back on sex robots? That's not covered in the Bible. There's no part of the Bible that says thou shalt not have sex with thy neighbor's sex bot. Nothing like that in there. They might be thou shalt not covet
one neighbor's sex bot.
Yeah, that might be it then. Let me retract that. That could possibly be in there. So Houston, Texas, KTRK, it seems the days of the blow-up dolls are a thing of the past. Now more realistic robots are stepping in. As disgusting as some people may find it, I think under the law it's legal, said Steve Shellist, a lawyer. One man whose company is currently in Toronto has told media outlets there's a big market for his sex robots, and he's planning to bring his robot brothel to the Bayou City. Wow.
Oh dear.
See, I told you, Walter. Come on, you got to switch those CNC machines up. You get up on this, man. We got to be ahead of the curve here. I have one word for you, young man. One word for you.
What's that?
Sex bots.
Sex bots.
Maybe that's 2 words. I don't know. Depends on how.
I have one word for you. Sex bot. 2 words. Sex bot cleaning machine.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's true. The special. You want to start
like a pressure washer.
You want to start a service for that? Because no, man, that's the job I don't want to do.
Well, some people pay to have their backside flushed out, you know, with waters and stuff. I mean, what's the difference? You know?
Yeah. Okay.
Hopefully, just throw the sick pot on top, and it doesn't complain or anything.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they design it in a way that you could just take out certain bits and go put them in the washing machine or something, and put them on disinfect mode.
Swap out the bits.
Yeah. Exactly. So, I don't know. All right. So there's that.
That's cool.
Listen, I think that for Cody Wilson, we really can't do that much for him, you know?
He's kind of dug himself into a nice little hole.
Yeah. All throughout history, when you step up and the powers that be don't like what you have to say,
you're a target.
Yeah, that's what happens to you. You have to carry yourself accordingly. That's just how it is.
And if, it's pretty easy with the technology nowadays to find out what your patterns are on the internet. And what you see and what you don't look at, and what you like and what you don't like.
Yeah.
So it'd be really easy to make sure that he gets exactly what they want him to get.
Lots of things are going on here. I mean, just the fact that he left or he knew this was coming, it's possible that this person could have had a lawyer, because now you could legally blackmail people. If you don't get a lawyer and you try to get money out of someone, that's blackmail. If you get a lawyer and you try to get money out of someone, that's totally legal. So yeah. So anyway, that's it's unfortunate for him. Yeah. But I think the 3D thing is separate, right? The 3D thing should exist. We should have the right to do that.
He went about the wrong way.
We've got other people that can. I've got stuff here. Thanks.
He just poked too many people the wrong way.
Yeah, yeah. So I think that whole stuff that can all continue, hopefully, without him.
It will. It just will, but it'll go on. What's been going on anyway? So the information's out there. He would just want to put it all in one place and be the big man about it. And,
yeah.
Oh, man.
So let's see what else. Okay, so now the thing that I was going to talk about, the whole title of this video, right, is the 25th Amendment. So there's a story which I put up in the chat for you. I could put it here for anyone else who wants to see it. I've got an article here from NPR. I'm sure you guys have seen this already. So I guess Rothstein denies that he discussed recording Trump invoking the 25th Amendment. So Deputy Attorney General Rod Rothstein, which, by the way, Walter, awesome freaking porn name right there.
Rosenstein.
Rod.
Oh, Rod Rosenstein. Okay. Yeah. Well, he's going to get the rod pretty soon.
No, Rod Rosenstein.
He's going to get it pretty soon.
Yeah, he denied an explosive report on Friday that said he discussed secretly recording President Trump at the White House and that he might seek to recruit members of the cabinet to invoke the 25th Amendment in order to remove Trump.
The 25th is like saying he's crazy.
Okay, so if we go look at the 25th Amendment, which is a whole bunch of places, I'm sure it's being heavily searched right now. So this is from Wikipedia. 25th Amendment to the United States Constitution deals with issues related to presidential succession and disability.
Yeah, okay, saying he's nuts.
Yeah, it clarifies. Well, if you can say that that's a disability. And then if you can say that, I guess maybe if you can say that someone does have some kind of mental issues, it clarifies that the vice president becomes president as opposed to acting president if the president dies, resigns, or is removed from office, and establishes procedures for both filling a vacancy in the office of the vice president and for responding to presidential disabilities. So, and this was like put up in 1965. I think it went into effect in 1967. So, and what Rod is trying to say here is that he didn't do this. But you remember we were talking about this before, because like a week or so ago, there was this whole op-ed in the New York Times that there were some people who were inside the current White House.
Yes.
All that kind of stuff was going on. So, so what's going on here is that Rosenstein is saying he didn't have anything to do with it. He says he called the story inaccurate and factually incorrect. He continued, I will not further comment on a story based on anonymous sources who are obviously biased against the department and are advancing their own personal agenda. But let me be clear about this. Based on my personal dealings with the president, there is no basis to invoke the 25th Amendment.
That's not going to save him. He's going to be gone after the midterms.
Yeah. So do you think, I mean, you know, I think Trump's
It's
got
way
problems.
overdue.
Yeah. Well, I think he's got problems with the whole office of the Attorney General, right?
Yep. They
It's
won't
not
do
just
anything.
him.
They're not acting on anything.
Yeah. I mean, it's him, it's Jeff Sessions, whole bunch of stuff going on there. Do you think Jeff Sessions is like Deep Throat from this op-ed?
No, he's nutless. What he is.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it takes somebody to stand. Here's all kinds of evidence against all these people. He won't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
There's something really crazy going on here, and I don't think that it's so much. I don't really think it's Trump. I don't think Trump is acting in any different manner
than any other
than he ever acted before. I don't see him doing anything differently than he ever did before. He's whatever we saw in the reality shows, whatever we saw of Trump in movies and all the other stuff that he did, right? When he was cool with Hollywood and all those folks, he's just pretty much the same person. He's just still rolling like that.
They're just not in their party anymore.
Yeah, I think for the politicians that are there, this kind of stuff is too much for them because they're politicians and they don't know how to deal with this. And they also don't know how to replicate this. So, you know, Trump takes this all the way, right? And becomes like, gets another term and everything. And, or even if he just has this term, they don't know how to come back and keep acting like this. So
the thing now is, this is what Trump has done and how he's acting. That's the way now that people expect the president to act. I don't want another Bush in there. I don't want another one.
You don't want more politicians. Just do it.
I don't want one that wants to make a deal every 5 minutes.
Yeah. I personally like a little bit of anarchy.
I like when if I don't like you, and that's not that like they all get together and they're happy together. Mm-hmm. If I don't like the son of a bitch, I'm not going to sit down with them and be nice. Mm-hmm. What good does that do you?
Yeah. Well, none of that crap has worked for us, right? So.
Yeah, it's the same old bullshit over and over and over, you know? If somebody don't like you, I'd rather know this guy doesn't like me and that he's lying in my face and he's acting like he does. Because when I find out, he becomes a non-person.
Yeah. I think more of the inside dealings need to be out in the face in like public. The funny thing is, you know, obviously it's not really funny. We know this because of the way the media works. This happened under Obama. It happened under Bush. We could just keep going back, right? You know, this happened in the White House. The difference is now the media is like, oh, we're going to put all of this stuff out there. We're going to invent some stuff. We're going to keep these stories going. We're going to make sure they have legs and they keep walking.
The difference is they're that certain parties in the government and certain part of the media are working together. Mm-hmm. They're not like the media is not reporting the story. They're making the story with the people in the government and continuing to push this crap. You know, the Russia. There's no Russia stuff. Mm-hmm. Meantime, the Russians are just sitting there laughing.
Because we're messing our own selves up.
Right. Yeah, all you're doing, these people are all like, all Russia. All you're doing is hurting the country, you know.
What's different in the last election from any other election? We, as America as a country, messes with other people's elections. Other countries try to mess with America's elections. That's going on.
Always have.
That's been going on for a long time.
Yep. Nothing new. Nothing. The Chinese are worse than the Russians. Trust me.
Yeah. Shout out to Black Diamond Guns and Gear. That's in there. I see Cherry Wine is in here as well. Shout out to all those people. Southern Partisan says, before everyone forms a lynch party for Cody Wilson, remember innocent until proven guilty. He has many enemies, could be real or set up. Absolutely. Sometimes you can walk into a trap. It just seems to me like it's the honey pot trap. You know, whether it's deliberate or accidental, we can argue about that, but you're stuck in it. Right?
Yeah.
That's reality.
They dipped the wick.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. You got to think about this when you're out there rocking and rolling. You know, and we're all human. I get it. I'm especially superhuman. I mean, I'm not superhuman. I'm just incredibly human.
You have the power of the hawk.
The hawk. No, no. What I mean by that is I'm just a human being, so I'm susceptible to all the things other people are. But you have to know that when you know, like the more exposure you get out there, the more people are looking to take you down, man. That's everyone. That's everyone. So that's you know,
and he pissed off. He I don't know if I wouldn't say pissed off a lot of people, but he just got a lot of people worked up that have a lot more money than he has. We'll just say that.
Yeah, and they're gunning for him. When you've listen, by the way, shout out to Jerry Woodman. When you've got YouTube, you know, Facebook, when you've got all the big platforms and people that have billions of dollars, these guys, imagine the meeting, okay, like the Illuminati style meeting that happened when Facebook and Twitter and all these people sat down somewhere, which I'm sure it doesn't go like that, but somehow they communicated with each other and deplatformed Alex Jones, right? When you have that kind of stuff working against you, you're you know, something's going to get you.
I mean, that's really easy to have happen. I mean, these people do talk to each other. Obviously, they deny it, but they do.
Well, and it's not coincidental. It can't be. No, there's no way what went down with Alex Jones is a coincidence.
No.
You know, and Twitter didn't do it to him immediately, but within a week or a couple of weeks, they were like, yeah, okay, we're doing it too.
He's a threat. You know, anybody that gets out and just talks about stuff and lets other people talk and people get, you know, ideas get exchanged, it's threatening to.
Yeah. Yeah. It happens.
To the party of what we call the party of you know, Democrats used to call themselves like the, you know, they were the ones that were the no, they welcomed everyone. Everyone's welcome in the Democratic Party, regardless of your this or your that. You're all welcome. Until you voice your opinion, they kick you the fuck out.
Everyone's welcome as long as you agree with us.
Right.
I think that's all. I think that's all these parties, man. I'm definitely not a fan of the Democratic Party, you know, but I'm not a fan of the Republican Party either, man.
Well,
I have to say that I'm not really a fan of theirs either. You know, the only thing I can say, I'm not saying that they're, you know, we had that conversation, right? Like, you know, these Democrats are definitely moving people towards slavery that Whoopi Goldberg spoke about.
Socialism.
Yeah. So that's slavery to me.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's definitely happening. I think Republicans, they're moving slower in that direction because there's a whole bunch of these things that they don't immediately agree with these guys on, but somehow they get hypnotized and they start getting magnetized over to that side.
They get worried that somebody might think badly of them.
Yeah. Or they just want to be on the talk shows. They want to be on the talk shows.
They want to be hip.
Yeah, they want to be in all the movies and hang out with everyone.
Hip. They want to be cool.
Yeah.
They want to hang out with the cool kids. And, you know, hanging out with the cool kids doesn't mean you know anything. It just...
Well, I mean, if you go back and look, like Trump, he hung out with those cool kids. All these rappers, Trump has been in movies, in rap videos. These guys have met, like rappers, people have mentioned his name. All of Hollywood, all these people were down with him.
Yeah, but
until they decided they weren't.
In the rapper sense, it's all about money. When somebody starts to pull the money or pull the money for the next album or the next tour or whatever, then they go, whoa, maybe Mr. Trump ain't so good. Huh?
Yeah.
Well, maybe he's not so cool.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, I think it is all about money, right? You say that all the time, right?
No, follow the money. You know?
Yeah. A lot of this stuff going on is about money. And obviously that's the way we made it in the world, right? We created this imaginary thing and we gave it value versus like gold or other materials that we could barter or trade. And we said, okay, we're going to make up this thing. Here it is. It's called money, the dollar, the dinar, whatever, you know, whatever currency you want to say that it is.
Some shekels, some Walter bucks. Yeah.
And everything is about that. Yeah. You know, so everything is about that ultimately.
I mean, whether you're swapping eggs for whatever, or you're swapping dollars for whatever, you got to swap something. Either that or you're stealing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And think about this, man. Like if the people who say that they want to change the Constitution, get rid of the Second Amendment, that you should not be allowed to be armed. if they really, really want to go in this direction, how far are they going with this? Because are they telling you that they're going to disarm the entire country? That, you know, that the police officers won't have guns, that the military won't have guns.
Well, that's like a John Lennon song. You know, everybody gives every kumbaya and sing around, and everybody gets along fine. And you really know what happens as soon as you do that. Everybody starts killing each other. So,
yeah.
So whether they're choking each other out or they're hitting them with sticks, they start killing each other. So
yeah, absolutely.
I want to have a stick where I don't have to get dirty. Okay, because I don't want to get your body fluid on me. So.
Yeah, you don't want to. You want to get up close and personal.
No.
Only in the as a last resort.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing you super want to stay away from.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, you know, back to Cody Wilson. Something will happen. Hopefully it's not too bad, and they don't throw him away for too long. Somebody will pick up the pieces where he fumbled, or pick up the ball, and you know.
Yeah, I think so. And you know, and to not to like switch back, because we can obviously go in and out of this, and we can see what these guys, whatever people want to talk about here. But you know, when we're talking about the 25th Amendment, a couple of things that are funny in there to me. Yeah. It's funny that, you know, when you talk about Cody Wilson and the 3D guns, those folks don't want to hear about the Second Amendment. But then when you talk about like maybe kicking Trump out of the White House, they're like, oh, 25th Amendment.
Oh, they want the Constitution. They want to use all those things that go for their thing, but when it comes time to use, you know, to think about everything else, they go, no, we don't want.
Yeah, selective, very selective.
Yeah.
With what
we can say whatever we want. We can call you the nastiest things on the planet. We can talk about your kids. First Amendment, but you know, God forbid, you know, you want to protect that First Amendment with the Second. You know.
So.
I mean,
go ahead.
There's this whole 25th Amendment thing and this impeachment talk, which 90% of the people or 100% of the people that hear this word impeachment think that somehow you get thrown out of office. Well, Bill Clinton got impeached, for all you leftists that don't remember that, or are too young or can't read. And he didn't get thrown out of office because the Republicans didn't have a big enough set of nuts to bring up the criminal charges to finish him off. So. And by the way, and if you want to bring up Nixon, you go back to Nixon time. He resigned. Now they were going to bring up charges on Nixon, but he resigned. Yeah. And the things that Nixon did are pale in comparison to the stuff that's going on now. It's like that's like stealing trick or treat candy versus what's things that is going on now.
Yeah, but also what Nixon did, we have nothing like that with the president. So like Nixon actually was spying on political enemies and all that kind of stuff. The president didn't do that. There's other people doing that to him.
I'm talking about Obama did.
Oh, you're talking about what Obama
spying on political things using you know, the FISA warrants and all that stuff.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Whatever.
The reason they don't want those papers released, it goes right back to the big cheese in the White House. It doesn't.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, without a doubt, the things that Obama did, the things that Hillary Clinton did, the things that Bill Clinton did, nobody ever wants that coming out. But what I'm trying to say is like all this talk about the 25th Amendment and saying like, okay, this guy, I don't understand. Like, where is it actually, you know, where's the proof of the insanity these guys are talking about? Here's what's happening. The media is saying, look at all this. This is just crazy stuff that these guys are doing over here. I mean, you know,
if you say it long enough, people start to think, well, maybe he is nuts.
Yeah,
that's what I was talking about. The media and the ones that are on the inside constantly and constant. They're like this. Well, we're gonna this story come out. We're gonna run with this story. We're gonna keep pushing the story. You keep pushing the false evidence, and we'll keep pushing the false story. And before long, it's the truth.
Yeah. Here's the thing that I really wonder about. I think you have the media and you have, you know, people who are on polar opposite sides and what they want to believe or don't want to believe. But then you have like general people who are getting up every day, going to work, doing what they need to do. You know, I think those people wanted something different. They wanted to shake up things, right? They wanted a little bit of anarchy. They didn't want politicians in there.
They don't want the same old.
Yeah. So what are we looking at now? When I'm looking at it, I'm like, what's the problem?
He's getting things done.
Yeah, but I'm actually hearing very liberal people saying, I hope people the next time just vote for the right person. I just, this is not presidential. You can't say on one hand you don't want politicians in there, and you want someone who's any person who's not really a politician.
I'm so offended.
Like
He. Anytime you get somebody like Trump, who doesn't care, he'll say whatever he wants to. Some people, you meet people that just they're offended by their shadow. Oh, it's like,
yeah.
All he's doing is doing what if you look around the world, politicians around the world, they do the exact same thing. They get up, they yell at each other. We're the only place. Well, that's not presidential. But what is presidential?
Well, here's the thing. I'm asking myself all the time, what would I do?
I'd be right just like he's doing.
Yeah, if you're looking for someone who's not a politician, if you're I'm personally tired of that. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm tired of politicians and their answers. I don't find the answers from politicians to be different depending on their party, except for their imagined stance on that thing, right? So what I mean by that is if you're talking to a liberal Democrat, they're saying, "Oh, I'm anti-gun," and but yet they have it seems to me like they have security. If you're talking to a Republican that says they believe in the Constitution, they're still taking away your rights to defend yourself,
right.
Even though they're trying to tell you how they have guns, or I've got a gun in my trunk right now. I'm into guns. Yeah, exactly. So those people, they're not going to do anything for me, man. They're the reason why we're in this, in the situation that we're in. So if people out there are saying to themselves, regardless of where they're coming down from, that's what I'm saying. So if there's folks out there saying that they don't like what's going on right now, you could be Republican, you could be a conservative. If you're saying you don't like what's going on, if you're a Democrat, a liberal, and you don't like what's going on, who the hell do you want? Who do you want? Who's that person out there that you think is going to make some kind of difference and not be a politician?
You know what I heard on the radio? It was just scary shit. I heard that socialist Gillum is somehow leading the Republican in the state of Florida.
Yeah.
How the fuck is that? Up here, Florida people, listen to me. Are you that fucking stupid? Do you want? You know what'll happen if he gets in and they want income tax. Income tax, you dumb. Income tax.
Yeah.
You know what'll happen? You want to have an Obama economy where it collapses?
If you want to see Florida get flushed down the drain real fast, then you'll vote for a socialist. Go ahead.
You want to raise the corporate taxes to 40-something%? You know what will happen to you? You working in that job for that big corporation? That big corporation will say, "I'm out of here."
Yeah,
they'll be out of Florida so fast it'll make your head spin. Then you'll be going, "Well, what happened? What happened?" Oh, well, you voted. You wanted something free. You voted for the socialists.
I think what we're seeing is that I don't know if these are going to be completely accurate.
Hopefully the channel doesn't go black here, but
well, I think it's just like in the past, right? I think that the channel's already black, Walter.
No, I mean the screen goes black.
Oh, I'm just messing with you.
I talked about the chosen one, so
yeah. Look, what Walter is talking about, if you guys want to know, right now there's a headline: Andrew Gillum's talks tighter gun control in Broward County. Andrew Gillum came to Broward County on Friday to raise money and talk about guns. Okay. Sheriff Scott Israel helped him with one, but not so much the other, appearing outside his campaign plantation office to unveil an endorsement from gun control group Everytown for Gun Safety Action Front.
Soros.
Yeah. So if you are in it, you've got to ask yourself in Florida, why are you here? What is it that, why do you live in Florida? Why did you
move from Ohio to Florida, or Michigan from Ohio, aside from the weather? Why? Or New York or New Jersey?
Yeah.
Why?
You want freedom.
Taxes?
You don't want a ton of taxes. You want to be able to defend yourself. You don't want to live in a police state. Okay?
Taxes?
Just remember that, people. When you're thinking about this guy's going to look, we've talked to people who are our friends who say that they're going to vote for him, even though they're gun guys. This is a problem. This is a problem that I think people need to realize, like, you need to get over your things. There's going to be people who want to vote for him because he's a black dude.
He's a black guy.
You know,
and
they want to see the black guy.
There's going to be white people who are going to vote for him because they voted for Obama.
Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, let's
give the black guy a chance, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he lives in a single family with his mother and blah blah blah, all that sob story bullshit. You see one of his ads on TV. He doesn't say anything he's going to do. It's just it's a pity me story. It's a pity me ad. Oh, you know.
But ask yourself what you really want if you're in Florida. This is what I'm trying to say to people.
Yeah, you
ask
want
yourself
government?
what you really want. Well, if this guy is saying that he's a socialist. Okay,
oh yeah, they're not shy about it. Bernie Sanders is his buddy. He's a socialist. Yeah.
He's saying that he's going to take he's going to take away guns. He's saying that he's going to bring gun control to Florida. We just had some archaic gun control laws come into effect in Florida. He's saying that he's going to double down on that.
Don't you? I always like to tell people, go outside and listen. Don't you hear all the gunfire? Where's the problem? Where's this? You know, you're going to penalize me because one nut job shoots some place up? No, I didn't shoot that place up. You're not going to penalize me. You're not going to take more of my taxes because you think you. Well, it's like if Florida, if people in Florida are that fucking stupid and they vote for him, then they get what they get, I guess. You know, I don't know what to say. You know, it's hard to.
Yeah, ultimately, all we can do is go vote, but I think people need to think about this when they go to vote. Okay, you need to think about this. You need to think about what you really want, because you've got to say that to you. You got to figure that out for yourself, what you really want. If you really want this, if you really want Florida to look like New York or New Jersey or other places out there, think about it. If you want Florida to look like California,
how about Illinois?
If you want that, go for it. If you want that, go for it. But think about it. Yeah. Don't make these kinds of mistakes in Florida. Things are already bad, and this is the thing that just gets me. You know, and the Republicans here set all of this crap up. You know, they set it up. They leave us open for this. A lot of this stuff is like Rick Scott, and I know we had the thing about this.
Aside from the gun stuff, you got to look beyond the gun stuff. You got to look at the economy and jobs and everything else. Like I said, do you think these companies are going to stay here if you start taxing the crap out of them? Look at California. Look at Illinois. They're getting the companies and moving out of those states as fast as they can to places like Florida and Texas and places that don't have all these stupid, all the taxes. You know, Florida. The only reason you don't have taxes in Florida because of tourists. So
you get taxes in Florida.
The reason you don't have taxes
very easily get a lot of taxes here, though.
But the reason you don't is because of tourism industry, and that's taxed. But I'm sure that they'll do like they do in New Orleans. In New Orleans, you go to stay in a hotel and there's like 15 or 20% added on to the bill because it's all taxes. You know, they'll do the same thing here. They'll chase it.
That happens here. That happens, for example, right here in Gainesville.
Well, there's taxes on. Yes, there's taxes on.
Have you ever stayed in a hotel over here?
But there'll be more.
There'll be more. Yes, there'll be a lot of taxes. If you buy a car here, it's more expensive.
Well, unfortunately, Florida.
Yeah. Anything you do here in this town, a lot of that has to do with as well the University of Florida.
Yeah,
because they don't pay for anything. So
don't get me started on universities. That's a whole nother.
Because they don't pay for anything, they get to buy up everything around here, and they don't have to pay anything for it. And this is how it will always go. And if you get people like this in office here in Florida, it's going to start going downhill. As Walter is saying, the people who are here who can make a difference and who can be industrious in Florida will go, you know what? Screw it. I'm out.
I'm out of here.
Yeah. No need to be here. So
when they're out there trying to get corporations to move to Florida, the first thing to look at is the tax rates and stuff. And they'll go, nope, I'll go to Mississippi, or I'll go to some other place that's like, hey, come on. You know, it's like, no.
Yeah. You know, that's really the thing, man. I think that people in Florida, I'm just saying to you, think about what you want. You know, if you're here because you left New York City, you left California, you left somewhere else where you lived and you worked, and maybe you
couldn't own a handgun, you couldn't own a nothing. So you come here, you think,
But also there's people who retired. Well, why didn't you stay where you were? Why didn't you stay there?
Taxes.
Because you couldn't live there. You couldn't live there off of the money that you're making because of all the taxes that exist in that place, and you had to get out. If you want Florida to be like that, go ahead with your bad self.
Yeah,
it's not going to be as much fun as you think.
Go vote for the handsome black socialist. Yeah, and see what that gets you.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mean to be that way, but a lot of these, he's not going to get elected because of the black vote. He's going to get elected white folk voting for him.
That's true.
The same thing with Obama. The same vote for Obama.
Yeah.
Some twice, and they.
Some serious white guilt floating around out there.
Well, what do you first thing? What are you guilty about?
I don't know.
I'm not. I never
unless you seriously believe in reincarnation.
my peoples from Eastern Europe didn't own any brothers. I can tell you that right now.
Man, we can get so deep into that. Oh, yeah. SoCal Gunner gave us $10. He says, "Don't let Florida become California."
Yeah.
So Hank, where are Walter and you moving to? I was thinking about Florida, but not anymore. I don't know. I shouldn't say I don't know. I'm always looking out for like, I already have that escape plan.
Yeah, picking up and moving a household is easy. Picking up and moving a business is not.
Yeah. So. I'm always looking out for things, I always look at the options. I kind of
my wife don't want to live where it's cold.
Yeah. So. Yeah, so those all come into play. I like Arizona.
There's a lot of nice places but they're cold in the wintertime.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing you have to deal with. So I like Arizona. I like Nevada to like outside of Las Vegas. There's parts of Texas and stuff like that. Yeah.
I need some green too. When you go out in the Vegas, out in the desert, it's like all brown and dreary.
Right.
And then when you get back here, it's like, oh man, this is nice. It's green. I mean, I need a little green every once in a while. I guess you can plant it if you can pay for the water, but
Yeah, I don't know. What I'm doing is I'm gonna wait and see what happens here. I really hope that people in Florida are just not this batshit crazy. I hope that the polls, as usual, are wrong
or tainted. Yeah.
I hope that people really don't want to go down this path. Because there's a lot of things, and as you said, this is not just like a gun issue or a second.
No, it's way past that too.
Lots of things going on here. So
I mean, there's a socialists, Venezuela, Nicaragua, Cuba, and you go most of Europe. Hey,
yeah, welcome. And James Lawson says Northern Nevada is beautiful. It is. I liked it up there. It's gotten expensive though, because guess what, Walter? All those new millionaires from California that don't want to pay taxes are going to Northern Nevada. What? They're trying to get away from the taxes.
The businesses going out of state. California is like, I was talking about that Proposition 69 about the everything in California causes cancer. When people say, well, why do businesses moving out of the country? They should stay in the country. Why? Because EPA. Lawyers, EPA lawyer. Look, if any guys are lawyers out there, not every lawyer's bad because every once in a while you need one. But the suing. Everything causes cancer in California. What are you going to do? When you're trying to operate a business and they're coming down on you every second. You look for some place where it's not that bad.
You know what's crazy? Here's the thing, Walter. I mean, I learned this from driving around the country, right? So that thing that I just did with Barnauls. That we drove around America. It was actually pretty awesome. I mean, it took a huge toll out of it took a pound of flesh out of me, even though I don't look any skinnier.
I like road trips, but
it was cool though, and I'll tell you why it was cool, man. America is fucking beautiful.
Oh yeah, Wyoming, all the western states, and then
even California, man. But even California, it was a beautiful place.
Northeast, I like places in Northeast too, but it's like. I'm not going to.
What's happening? That's the thing. It's like, what's happening right now? Eventually, where the hell are we running to?
Well, then it comes to, I don't understand the whole socialism thing. I mean, I don't get that. But I'm hoping the polls are wrong, like they were with Trump. Clinton's supposed to be the president too, and that didn't happen. Thank God.
We are going to bring ourselves down big time. These things, these like high-minded ideas that some people have are not very practical every day, day to day. You know, and you hear this all the time. There's people who live in California. You could just go search on YouTube. There's documentaries about this. There's people who live in California that have 2, even in some cases 3 jobs, and they make a decent living, and they are living out of their RVs and not in a good way. They are living out of their cars. They are living in other people's garages that have been converted into apartments and stuff like that.
Yeah. Help another person.
Yeah. And these people are working for Google. And, you know, they're working for
the social warriors, and they can't make it.
They're working for Uber. They're working for Facebook. Oh, yeah. Just look it up. I'm not making it up. I'm just telling you what's happening. You can't survive in these places and live a normal life. And if you want to live somewhere and be able to have your home and not have ridiculous taxes and be able to take care of your family and have things, and you don't have to just work all the time to pay for what you have, you can relax and unwind.
Or you got to drive 100 miles to get to work every day.
Yeah, don't do this to yourself. Do not bring more socialism to America. I don't care how good these people.
I don't care how much you want that. People have different reasons for. Oh, I need health insurance. I need this. I need that. It's not fair. It's not this. It's not that. You ain't gonna get it no better by letting the government tell you how you can get it and when you can get it. It ain't gonna get no better. It's gonna get worse. The only people who are gonna get the good stuff are the ones that are like Gillum's family and Gillum's close friends, like Obama, all his buddies. They're the ones that profited from his being in office and all the paybacks for supporting him. All those Solarinda, the solar thing that failed and all that. That was political payback, hundreds of millions of dollars. You know.
Yeah, there's no benefit to this path that people seem to want to go down.
No, you want things to be rationed and people telling you what you can drive and what you can't drive, and straws. Have you ever heard something so fucking stupid as telling you can't use a straw, a plastic straw? It's like, oh, the plastic straws are going to kill the environment. It's like, what the plastic bags are killing the environment? They're killing it. It's like, it's a bunch of
Ivan Show saying this. I don't know how true it is. He says California wants to ban M&Ms because too many blondes are breaking their nails trying to peel off the coloring of the M&Ms to get to the chocolate.
Well, whatever. Don't blame it on blondes. Come on, the real blondes are not dumb.
And someone earlier was asking us if we heard about Paul McCartney and what's his name, John Lennon.
What about?
So I was looking that up. Apparently, there's I guess they used to.
They're both buddies.
They used to masturbate together, which is really weird.
Ooh.
I don't understand. Dudes don't masturbate with other dudes unless they're
holding each other's.
Unless you're into that kind of thing.
Yeah,
that's very private. This is why we have privacy laws.
Speaking of
when you're sexually harassing yourself, you don't need an audience unless they're some people do, but that's not normal.
Speaking of Paul McCartney, everybody oohs and ahs. Paul McCartney, Beatles, Paul McCartney. Have you ever heard that dude sing now? My fucking God, is it bad?
Really? Yeah.
You can't hit it. It's embarrassing. It's these old rock guys that can't hit high notes anymore.
Well, this is what I was saying earlier, Walter. Why don't people get the hell out of the way? The very fact that you are an 80-year-old rock star, is something wrong with that. No, you could be a singer, you could be an artist, you could be creative,
you could be a producer.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be an 80-year-old rock star.
You're supposed to be taking that money and using it to make lots of money.
Do these people not have kids? They have grandkids at this point. Someone your grandchildren's age, if you're a 70, 80-year-old rock star.
Great-grandkids, or great-grand.
Yeah. Those people. A rock star is a young person. A person who is over 30 years old who's a rock star, what the hell is wrong with you?
That might be.
I'm not saying you could be famous, you could be whatever, but the rock star, the rock star life.
I mean, like rock star, groupies in the.
Yeah, come on. You got to give it up. You got to move on from that. You got to get out of the way of that spot. There's 7 billion people out here. Move over. 15 minutes is up. keep it moving.
Let somebody else get that young stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm not trying to say that you can't be famous, you can't make it. A lot of people actually make it when they're older. That's how it goes down. I'm pretty old, dude. I'm 46 years old, so I'm not saying anything about that, but this is not rock stardom, okay?
No.
This is not rock stardom, what I'm doing.
No,
So,
it's like being in prison and beating on the rock sometimes.
Yeah.
On the rock pile.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think that come on, at some point you got to move out of the way, let the young people get in there.
Right. Yeah,
And I know people are scared of that, but you know, the young people, I think they'll realize there's gonna come a point where people will realize a lot of the stuff that's happening right now, a lot of what people like this idealism of the way things should be is incredibly destructive. You know.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, it's not based on facts. It's based on this feel good garbage, and you know, it's like I said, the banning of the straws, or when you go in the restaurant, they don't want to give you the straw unless you ask for it. It's like, you better give me the fucking straw, or I'm not going to ask, or I'm not going to come in.
Yeah,
I shouldn't have to ask for the straw. You know, it's like,
oh my gosh.
Yeah,
you're gonna get arrested for walking around with extra straws. You know,
straws for everybody.
Go, like, be that dude in the restaurant where they don't want to give people straws. Like, dude, I'll sell you a straw for $1.
Yeah, hey man, I got some.
I got your straws right here.
Man, this is some good stuff. This is some Mexican dirtweed straw.
Yeah. Landrun 89 says, "Damn, you look a lot younger." Okay. That's called tactical fat, dude. Tactical fat.
Oh, speaking of old guys in rock, I remember it was in 1980 when I was a senior in high school. I think the Rolling Stones were doing like their final tour.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, and they do that again, and they did that again, and they did that again. And supposedly
those are in their 70s. They're in their 70s.
And I heard some people talk about that the last tour they did and the last show stuff, and supposedly they put on a pretty decent show. So,
I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying,
if you can put on a good show, and that's one thing. But if you get out there, me and Peggy went and saw what's the dude that used to dance around with the flute, and one of the older rocker guys, and we're sitting there, and people in the crowd, you know, a lot of gray-haired ponytails in the crowd, you know, and these people are out on the stage playing. All of a sudden, it's like, who is this people? It's like, oh, that's the dude.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you want to be entertained too, so I'm not saying that they shouldn't put on shows and stuff like that, you know. But I don't know about you. I don't. Oh, Jethro. Okay. I don't want to go to a big, massive concert with hundreds of thousands of people. You know, so I would like to see some of the rappers that I listen to, because I graduated high school in 1988.
Yeah.
So I would like to go and see a show from some of those rappers, like, you know, Rakim, you know.
Are they still around?
Rakim's still around. Yeah. A lot of those guys from the 80s are still here. I think there's one or two. There's a couple of them that aren't here anymore, but most of them are here. They're in my age category.
Or performing, I should say, not necessarily not here, like dead, not here.
Yeah. You know, LL Cool J, although he looks like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle nowadays. Compared in the 80s, he was skinny.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was skinny dude.
Well,
you know? But now he's all like super cock diesel.
Yeah, but he's an actor though now.
Yeah, he's an actor, but you know, he could. I think he could still. I don't know if he does shows or anything. I would like to go see those guys. I don't want to see them in a big, massive concert type situation. You know,
want them more up close and personal.
Yeah, I'm a grown up. You know, I would like to enjoy a nice show, but I don't want it to be a whole big, crazy kind of thing. So, yeah, that's just not me.
At the rap, do they like push toward the crowd?
They shouldn't be. I'm too old for a mosh pit, Walter.
Like a general admission concert where everybody's working their way toward the crowd, toward the front and everything. Yeah.
If you break your hip now, man, that's a lot of pain. Trust me, I know. I used to work in an orthopedic hospital.
No.
Broken hips, not fun.
I don't. You know, like we're going to this thing tomorrow at Aries and be shooting guns, and I got to load everything up. It's work. You know, I'm loading all these guns, cans of ammo, and figuring it out. And it's like, man, it's fun when it's going on. It's fun, but then you got to unload everything and clean the guns, and it's like, oh,
yeah. You need roadies, man. You need roadies like these rock stars, because if they had to do what they had to do when they were younger, they wouldn't still be on the road because they can't carry their own stuff.
Yeah, Charles Holtz, Ian Anderson. Yeah, it was embarrassing. Yeah, I just say that. I would, if I was him, I would stop. He couldn't hit the high notes of the songs, and you're expecting that when this stuff, and it was just like, we're going, oh my God, you know, no.
Yeah. Well, this is what I'm trying to say, man. You know, you got to move over.
Yeah, there's a time. Yes.
Yeah. You got to move over. At certain stages, I would rather see the impersonators. So if there's young people out there impersonating them, I'd rather go see that if I really have to. But
the Archangel said too, Ted Nugent still performs. Yes, he still performs, and he plays the guitar, but he gave up the vocals part, not the primary. He doesn't do the main vocals thing because he knows better. So
and he's relatively fit.
Yeah, he's pushed. Yeah, he had knee surgery done. I saw Ted Nugent when he used to run up the speakers and jump off, and wore the spandex and the whole 9 yards, and that's why he had to have knee surgery. He just knee replaced.
Yeah,
but yeah, he's put on a hellish
show. I mean, Ted Nugent, he's out there and he's doing shows, and I don't know. I've never actually been to a Nugent show, although I've met him a couple of times. Last time I saw him was at NRA.
Oh, NRA, yeah.
Yeah. But
I seen him open for Aerosmith one time, and then I saw him where he was the main event, and that we left that place and our ears were just like ringing. Everybody's like, "What do you say?" It was so loud, but
yeah,
rock and roll, baby.
yeah. I think that he's kind of like switching over to other stuff, though.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know when I saw him, it was like very interesting thing, which I probably am not going to get into, but it was, he's switched over to other things that he's doing now. And even if he's doing shows, I don't think he's trying to do it on that like big crazy level.
No, he does it in smaller venues. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be doing the same thing you're doing now when you get to 70. So I know I don't. I'm going to be out there doing stuff. If I'm alive, I'll be doing something. But I don't necessarily want to.
I just want to be around agitating the people that are doing it.
Yeah. If I like tomorrow, how we're gonna do this thing at Aries, right? Which we should talk about that a little bit here in a second.
Yeah.
But if I'm doing something like that when I'm 70, there needs to be people. I want a bubble of air conditioning.
Oh.
So I want like people walking around with a bubble over me, like some people holding it on the sides, and my air conditioning is going. Or what do they call those, like almost recliner bed like things that they put you on and then people lift it up and carry you? What is that thing called?
A hospital bed?
No. There's oh man, what is that? Someone's gonna tell us what that thing is. That you always see them like lifting up the royalty.
Like on the poles and
damn it. I know what that thing is. What the hell is it? Oh man, I can't remember what it is, but yeah, it's gonna have to be one of those air conditioned. Watchdog says if you can park the tour bus in a handicapped spot, it's time to go. You've been there too long. So tomorrow we are doing. Let's talk about a little bit here. Lola's not here. That's why there's no structure going on.
Oh yeah, it's just a free for all.
So it's just me and Walter. I know I saw some people wanted to jump in on our conversation. I get it, but it's just me and Walter. It's too crazy here right now. So we got to make sure that we're covering. Someone tell me what the hell those things are called that they carry people around in. I know what that thing is, man. That they you always see like an old Egypt, like a movie about Egypt back in the days. And they're carrying the person in something.
Yeah.
I forgot what that thing is. Anyway, so what are you showing?
I got a Vepr, 308 Vepr. We can put some of that Fort Scott ammo through this guy tomorrow.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, this is the Veprs. Of course, we shut off the stuff from the Kalashnikov concern, and I guess it was all part of the Vepr thing. And back in the old days, it would have taken a week and everyone in the whole country would have been sold, but there's still places that have these
still out there.
Yeah, so that shows you how slow the firearms industry in some sectors is. So
litter, it's called a litter, or let me see.
Litter is what they carry wounded people on too.
It's either a litter or a palanquin. A palanquin is a covered litter, usually for one passenger. It is carried by an even number of bearers between 2 and 8, but most commonly 4.
You must have your bearers, yes.
Yeah, it's a litter. I think it is called a litter. Yeah, either a litter or a palanquin.
I always joke about having bearers when I'm,
yes.
I need more bearers to carry my stuff. And then what happens? What happens is with this gun stuff. You're getting ready to go to a shoot. People say, "You need some help? You need some help?" Yeah, but you don't know what I want to bring. So if I say, "Yeah, you can help me, go get this," and they'll be, "Well, where's that?" well, fuck, if I'm going to tell you what's going on, I'm going to go get it myself.
Oh yeah.
Now, when it comes time to unloading the truck, yes, bring the stuff in, loading up with their chute, load the truck up. But then again, somebody's got to clean it, put it away, sort out the empty shelves and the chaos.
It's never as much fun as it looks. It really isn't. It's not as much fun. I like shooting. We shoot all the time. I shoot. I'm around guns all the time. I like going to the shows. Mostly when I go to things like what we're gonna do tomorrow. I just like meeting the people.
Yeah.
Were you just tonguing that? Oh my gosh. Okay. That's gonna be the thumbnail. Okay. All right. I don't know if we're allowed to do that or not. Yeah. So I think that I enjoy just meeting people and hanging out with people who we think the same. But I know people out there always like they want to shoot with you and they want to hang out and do the thing. But I always like just hanging out, talking to the people because I'm always shooting and doing all kinds of different stuff. So, but yeah, and then it's freaking hot. Next time, do this thing when it's cold.
Yeah.
Brick said you're a vapor molester. How old is that thing? That thing is well old.
This?
Okay. Yeah, that gun's probably it's well old.
Well old?
I don't know. How old is it?
I just got it this year.
Oh,
not that old.
Oh, well then. Then I guess you're in trouble then.
Oh, okay. So it's okay. I get where you're going. Okay. Yes, but it's yeah. Anyways, but yeah, we'll just shoot the Vepr, have some fun. I got the Vepr, I got the 1919, I got the RPD.
So what's the details? By the way, someone's sending me a picture of their martini. They're out with the wife.
Oh, awesome.
Chilling out with the wife. Very nice. Very nice.
Awesome.
That's Mike. Shout out to him.
Oh, also, before we get too far, some more toys arrived today.
Oh, cool.
These were, I don't know who sent them. They were anonymously sent.
Oh, really? Okay. Anonymously.
But good stuff. Thank you to everybody who sent toys. They will be out there to shoot. We'll take some pictures and video and all that good stuff, and I'm sure there'll be some more there too.
Awesome. So whoever sent those toys to Walter, thank you very much.
Yep. Some younglings will be much appreciative come the holidays.
Yes, absolutely. Why don't you tell people what exactly this event is, where it is, and all that stuff?
Okay, it's at the Aries Firearms Training Facility in Leesburg, Florida. It starts tomorrow, I believe, at 10 o'clock. 10 to 4, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think Trey said yesterday it starts at 9. Just get up there.
Okay, not yeah. I'll be there 9-ish myself. We're gonna leave around 7 here.
Yeah, I'll be there at some time-ish. At some point, I will show up there-ish.
Sometime-ish.
No, actually, I'm gonna try to get there earlier than later because it's gonna be hot. I'm gonna try to avoid the heat.
Yes. So
yeah.
What it's going to involve is toys for kids for Christmas, donating them and such. There's going to be shooting. There's going to be military vehicles. The Florida, First Florida Chapter Military Vehicle Association is going to be there. I can't tell you exactly who everybody's going to be there, but there's going to be quite a few. Just the friends I know that are going. There'll be a decent amount. Plus, there'll be an armored personnel carrier there. And we'll be just shooting. And like Hank said, just talking with each other and all that kind of good stuff, and doing stuff for collecting toys for the kids for Christmas. So
yeah, absolutely. So if you're coming up there with a with like a military vehicle, right? You can get in free as well.
Come on in. Yep.
Okay, and then to everyone else gets in from bringing toys, right? That are not that are inside the. Inside the original containers,
original packaging, boxes, yes. Yeah, the factory packaging, yes. Yeah. So come out if you're close by or not close by or somewhere.
Yeah. Yes. Richard Hughes says if you come around noon, you can bring lunch. He's saying that to me. Good luck.
Yeah, there's not going to be any food out there as far as vendors. So bring yourself a sandwich, bring yourself something to drink.
Bring lots of stuff to drink.
Yeah, because it'll be that one thing. It will be as hot. And I think tomorrow is 50% chance of rain, so
that's probably a good thing.
Welcome to Florida in summertime.
Yeah, it's probably a good thing though.
And, oh yeah, by the way, for the rest of the country, it's still summer in Florida.
Yeah. Why? What temperatures are we at in the rest of the country at this point?
Well, you know, after there's that thing about after Labor Day that, you know, then it's no longer summer, and you know,
okay.
You know, you're supposed to. Some places cool off after this time of year, but nah, not in Florida.
Yeah. So Walter's going to be there. Walter and I will be in the same location.
Yep.
And Walter's going to have some stuff. You know what I'm going to do, Walter? I'm always talking about the Fort Scott guys that sponsor me. Here's what I am going to do. I'm not bringing lunch, Richard Hughes. Forget about it. But I will bring Fort Scott ammo with me. Okay. So I've got a bunch of stuff.
I don't need no stinking lunch when I got ammunition.
No, you got ammo. That's way better. Yeah. So I'll bring this for anyone that wants to test stuff. So Walter will be testing some of it.
This is
and whoever Yep, that's 308. So there you go. There's 308. But they make 9mm. Yeah. They make the 5.56. They've got the 6.5 Creedmoor. So I will bring like a box of ammo up there, and I will let people shoot whatever ammo I bring up there, as long as it lasts. And that's going to be my contribution.
Oh,
to whoever comes up. The Scars.
Scar 17 is going to be in the house at the Aries Firearms Training Facility tomorrow.
Cool.
So.
Yep. So you'll see us shooting up some of the Fort Scott's ammo up there.
We can put some ammo in the Scar and bust a couple caps.
Yeah. Did you want me to bring this kit, or you want to do this at another time? You know,
we need to do that in a more
controlled environment, right? We've got time to focus on what's going on.
Not out in the Florida sun. So.
Yeah, so we'll do that. We'll. I'm not bringing any guns up there. Walter will have guns. I'm just showing off. Check that out. What? This is my 300 Blackout that I built with the Leonidas upper right here, titanium from Liberty Suppressors, integrally suppressed titanium upper and polymer upper and lower on this bad boy.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and the rest of the furniture is from Gun Tech.
USA, and it also compact entry stock from Safety Harbor Firearms.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. Yes, there you go. Yes, compact entry stock right there.
Yes.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yes. Access and armament and access, the boot, the UGG boot on the bottom of the Scar. I don't.
You need to make a stock for the Scar, Walter.
I have thought about it. It's not. It's on the distant list, not on the short list.
Is it easy to do?
It shouldn't be too bad the way that it mounts in the back, but this one would be really hard to make a stock for and please people, because they have so many different opinions about it and dislikes and stuff like that. So
yeah, someone sent look. Tyven sent me a picture of you, Walter.
Oh dear,
that's about to go viral, my friend. I'm sorry. If it goes viral, we know. Blame Tyven, but also me and probably a lot of other people.
Donate a toy to the charity, the Christmas drive.
Yeah, I carry my revolver in single action. Says he loves that gun. I guess he's talking about that lightweight 300 Blackout build that I built that I did. Yeah, it's very cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have some more stuff coming with that. I need to do some more stuff. I like Liberty Suppressors, man. They're cool dudes. I need to get them to come on the show and do some other stuff with them as well. So
Richard Hughes was asking if it's muddy. The reports I've been getting, it's not muddy right now at Aries, so they haven't been getting the rain that we have. So
yeah, if you got a 4x4, you might want to bring the 4x4 up there. Look, check this out, Walter. Look.
FS 2000.
The future has arrived.
Yep. and it's already left the house.
Yeah, the only FN that I have right now. So very cool. Special K knows this gun very well. So this is why I'm waiting for it to get cool, and then there's going to be a whole bunch of gun videos made. We still shoot during the summertime when it's hot, but we shoot because what we absolutely have to, which is still a lot of stuff that we have to do, but we do. Yeah. We shoot those things, but then when it gets cooler, then we just get out there and we just start like
it's much. It don't melt as fast when it's so hot outside.
Yeah, it makes it easier, for the productions and everything when it's not so crazy. So we could, you probably have some. I don't know if you have some other guns you want to show off. Is everything packed?
Well, kind of. I'm not completely done yet, but I'll grab something else here. Some stuff that I haven't packed up yet. M1 carbine. Don't look at this shiny magazine. It's just a shiny magazine. And actually, this is a bayonet that I got recently. It's an Italian M1 carbine bayonet.
Oh, cool.
But this rifle here, this M1 carbine, was my first carbine from the CMP.
Oh, nice.
That I bought. And it's not the prettiest gun in the world, stock-wise. It works fine and everything. The second one I got was a lot nicer stock and everything on it. But, yeah, they're cool. It was, so I'm bringing that out there. Shoot some M1 carbine.
What else? Armament and Access says that they shoot in the snow. And Richard Hughes wants to know what I'm driving.
Go ahead. Speaking of shooting, I mean, we've been out and it's pouring down rain and my guns are laying out on the table and there's steam coming off them because they're hot. And it's like, yeah, we shoot in the rain too, but it's like, God.
Yeah.
I mean, today when I came home, I got home back to the house around 6 o'clock. I was from loading up and putting stuff in the car, and I'm bringing the Halflinger with me, the small little vehicle. It's Peggy's. I was just like exhausted and hot, and it's like,
yeah. Well, when we shoot, when we do videos and things like that, and we're shooting, we shoot probably in one day as much as people do in at least half the year, if not a whole year.
Well, some people, without a doubt,
yeah. So
I'll have the I have an Uzi and a Sten gun I'm gonna have out there too. So
cool.
Yeah, bring a toy out there and say, please, Mr. Keller, can I shoot your gun?
Yeah. You guys might want to hurry up because Walter and I might burn through all the ammo that I'm bringing before you get there.
Armament and Access was asking what the make of the gun is. This one is the common one, the most common, which is the General Motors one.
Yeah.
Inland. Yeah, this is an Inland.
So, and by the way, I think Richard Hughes wanted to know what I'm driving up there. Probably going to drive my Rebel up there. So
the truck.
Yeah, got to drive,
Did you get the whole navigation thing squared away?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. Audi replaced my navigation system. It's working pretty good.
Yeah.
No issues with it. Yeah. I think that Audi is going to discontinue. I don't think they're going to keep making. Definitely, there's not going to be V10s anymore because they only make the R8s. Like they do it every other year, kind of a thing. So next year they're not doing R8, but I think they're starting to put out electric cars. So there's the e-tron. So Audi's put out this new e-tron, which is one of the crossover SUVs.
Okay,
it's all electric.
Okay.
So, and then I think they're going to roll that out at the end of the year. And then after that, they're going to start rolling out a whole bunch of things. So that's, I don't know, might be the last of the V10s. After that, you either won't see R8s at all, or you will see like V6 turbo. Because I don't think they want to do V8s either. They still have a couple of V8s in their fleet.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure the V10s are going away.
Well.
So that's probably not a bad thing, like, in terms of value and all that kind of stuff.
Well, if you have one.
Yeah. So, and speaking of which, boom, I don't know if you saw this, Walter, but there's actually Oktoberfest.
I heard you talk about it.
Yes. Oktoberfest is going on at the Audi dealership in Gainesville on September 29th. And it's open. It's like a huge party. I don't, the Audi dealership doesn't pay me or anything like that or sponsor me. Gun guy.
How much was your car again?
They don't do anything like that. But this is a huge party. There's probably going to be like 1,000 people there. It's like a for real Oktoberfest thing going down. They actually bus people. So they have they buy all the places you can park cars. And they, someone actually parks your car and all that kind of stuff for you. And it's like a for real Oktoberfest thing going down. So people here in Gainesville talk about it. So I'm going to that. If anyone's in the area and they want to hang out and then hang out with me and all that kind of stuff and see some cool things and do the Oktoberfest thing, you're welcome to do it. So that's on September 29th for anyone who wants to do that.
If it wasn't so far away.
Yeah. You can come down and hang out with me.
Yeah.
And then another thing, I'm going to be talking about this. I'm still reading through it right now. But shit that needs to be said. Joshua Coleman, my friend.
Josh, no socialist. That's the shit that needs to be said.
There you go. There you go. No but this is a very motivational book. Yeah. I'm reading through this, and I think this is the kind of, it's kind of like, I want to say this is like a motivational Bible kind of deal. I know the Bible is supposed to be motivational, but this is kind of like what it looks like in there. And I'm gonna finish the whole thing, but I believe the way that he has it set up, it's that you can read this every day. So if you're kind of like, Josh is really, he went through some serious stuff. I'm going to get him to come on here and talk about it. And his mission in life is to at the same time, help himself out. He's helping out lots of other people out there. So that book is out there. We're going to get him to come on. He's been on the show before. We'll get him to come on and talk about all that. Like probably one of the coolest dudes next to Walter that I know in the gun business. You know,
what do you want, Hank Strange? You must want something.
And he's got way more tattoos than you.
Oh, hey, I got none. So
yeah.
Funny, two of the packages showed up today, and the name on them was Walter Strange.
Well, you gotta take a picture of that one.
Yeah.
Who's your daddy?
That's definitely a different mama and a different daddy.
Well, that's so funny. Like, how did that happen?
That was purposeful, I'm sure. But,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I bet you got a good laugh out of that.
Yeah, we chuckled about it. Yes. Richard Hughes. No, I'm not driving the Fiat because it's kind of hard to tow 2,000 pounds behind the Fiat. So and carry 1,000 pounds of
no,
firearm stuff.
Yeah, this is a job for real American muscle.
You're not driving the suburban. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a fun day for anyone who can make it. If you guys can't make it, we'll probably do a couple of things from there and put out some social media and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Put out a couple of videos for people. I'm excited to see the military vehicles, Walter.
Oh, good.
You know, good. I love the military vehicles. Are you planning on going to SEMA this year? I know,
with the current stuff going on, I'm gonna have to say no.
Okay. All right. I understand.
If all of a sudden things changed, well, probably not.
Okay.
Just because of,
Yeah. Usually that's our car thing. When we go out to SEMA show, we get to walk around and look at the thing. So
drool over all the cool cars. Yeah.
I'd
like to go and take another Volkswagen video so 20,000 people can share it.
I'll take one of those videos.
You got to do it like I did. Just find the
craziest thing.
Find a Beetle in there that's just cool looking. Just take a video, walk around it, and post it, and watch it go viral in Mexico and Brazil.
Yeah, we should take a Beetle. We should get a Volkswagen because those are still cheap.
Yeah,
we should get one and make it into a donk.
I don't want that kind of hate.
Make it into a 4x4. Make it into a 4x4.
Okay, that'd be better. Yeah. I think if you went donk-wise, I think you'd get a lot of hate from the Volkswagen people.
Yeah, someone's asking me when is it. I don't know what they're asking me when it is.
SEMA?
SEMA is in November.
Yeah,
it's in November. So. If you Google it, it'll come up.
The shoot is tomorrow.
Yeah, it's in November in Las Vegas. The shoot that we're doing for the kids, Toys for the Kids, that's tomorrow. And the Oktoberfest thing I was talking about is September 29th in Gainesville.
Yeah. If
you want to come hang out, it's all right. I'm going there just to hang out. I like hanging out with the Audis in the cars.
Mr. and Mrs. Audi? Hang out with the Audis?
Yeah. So,
where does the Audi name came from? That's a
Audi, question. It means to hear.
Oh, like audio. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I get it.
Yeah.
I know about the whole auto union. There used to be the company that was all the companies, the German car companies, were one thing.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what those 4 rings represent. Right. The 4 original
auto union.
Yeah. So that's let me see. That's cool. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that we're missing out on here.
Let's see what we got here.
You got more guns? Okay.
Oh yeah, I got more guns. Come on, man.
Listen, by the way, I've always been a fan of like the Quattros, man. Remember the 80s?
Oh man, when the Quattros
someone needs to get does someone out there have one of those old school Audi Quattros? I would like to know. Did you have one of those, Walter?
No, but they were. That was way above my pay grade at the time when they were popular.
Yeah, those are so sexy, but they're probably really, really expensive.
And they just destroyed the rally racing scene when the 4-wheel drive Audi came out. You know, it's like,
yeah,
oh, shit.
Yeah. I want to get like a T-shirt of an old school Audi Quattro. So
That'd
what is
cool.
this? Is
a SIG MCX?
Oh, the MCX. Okay.
The full size, the rifle with a kick-ass compact entry stock.
Very nice.
Safety Harbor Firearms. Yeah. Multi-position.
All positions.
All positions work. Yes.
Yeah.
But anyways, yes, I'm bringing this out there tomorrow. So if somebody comes out and they've never shot a MCX, I really haven't shot it that much, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think we did something with that, right?
Yeah, we did something on my dad's, I think, that one time. Did some video. But yeah, I had to buy one because I had to make sure that my stock fit. Well, I'll tell you a story. We make the stock for the MPX. And I go, well, it'll fit on the MCX, no problem. Right? Yeah, no problem. So we go to the SHOT Show and we take it over to the SIG booth, take our stock with us, and we take it over there, and it's like, oh, fuck, it ain't gonna work.
So when you went over there, how were the SIG guys? Were they cool?
Well, we just put it up next to it, and what happened was the rods, they don't on the rifles, there's not as much room for the rods.
Oh.
So we had to make the base a little bit longer to move everything back a little bit.
Okay.
So this stock will fit on both the MCX and the MPX, but the MPX stock will not work on the MCX because of the rod length. Okay. So yeah, that was a little bit of surprise. It's just like, oh, it don't fit. So had to go out. I bought one of the carbines and just to make sure everything worked, and it does. So.
Yeah. So I see someone talking about old school Lancias. Those were big in England, by the way.
Old school Lancias? Oh, yeah. Lancias, yeah. The Lancias tore up the rally scene for a while too with that car that they had, the 2-wheel drive Lancia. Yeah. That's some good Fiat stuff again. I mean, good Italian stuff again. So yeah. But while we were gone, why we weren't talking.
Landrun 89 says rod length is always a problem. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, it can be at times. That depends on motivation. Do you guys talk about the Army and where they didn't? I think we might have talked about it on Monday.
Yeah.
Or Tuesday about the Army and then.
They narrowed down. Yeah. They narrowed it down to I think like 3 companies or something.
Yeah, they narrowed it down to 6.
6, okay.
And one of those entries is from an outfit in Florida here. Basically, it's a Streebog, which I'll have it to shoot also.
Oh, really? So conveniently, you were working on that.
Right? Well, no connection with the entry. Yeah. Basically, they took the Streebog and they put a collapsible stock on it. The collapsible stock is kind of
iffy.
Shady at best, but
okay.
They're still in the running. But
okay,
I think we all know what's going to happen. It's going to be SIG.
SIG, yeah. That was the consensus the other day. I'm saying it's going to be B&T, but that's just trying to mess everything up.
My conversations with my contact at Zenith, is they talked to the Army and they were just like, I thought it was supposed to be a small business set aside. So it was supposed to be pointed towards small business. And the Army says something about, there was a clause in it about accounting and and so they they kept 2 of the big people in there, which you wouldn't think they'd be in the running, but they still are. Yeah. So
by the way, Jay Brennan says he's a field engineer / master tech for BMW for the past 14 years.
Yeah.
So if anyone needs any kind of BMW information or parts, I can get anything at cost. Another good friend of mine is Audi Tech. Oh, cool. Awesome.
That's very cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like BMWs too.
Yeah. I always wanted like an M3, old school one.
Yeah. Or the smaller old school BMWs before there was the 3 series, the 5 and the 7. Yeah. Now there's everything.
6. Yeah.
And now there's everything in between. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know how many other.
Yeah. Are. What was it? I think there was what was that thing? Was it a 650? There was a coupe, and it was in a movie. It was in a movie with Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that? I can't remember the name of the movie. It was a comedy. As a matter of fact, Tupac was in that movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was an old, like, I think it's an 80s, like a late 80s movie, maybe early 90s movie with a,
Yeah,
and
there's
Chevy
some.
Chase had an old school BMW 650, I want to say.
Yeah, there was some
Something like
like
that.
those were kind of like, I'll just say this, like limited production or limited importation here. Yeah,
Hmm.
those some cool cars. Yeah,
Yeah. So, some of those things I like the old school ones, man.
yeah. I mean
Even,
BMW. I think a 7 Series BMW. You say like a 12-cylinder. Correct
yeah,
me if I'm
these,
wrong.
the
You
7
know,
Series.
it was a big ass like 12-cylinder in a 7 or something. And
Okay.
let's see here. Need to buy.
BMW's had some really cool cars. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and speaking of which, I saw like, they're coming out, Toyota's coming out with a new Supra.
Okay.
And
Is it
apparently,
is it electric?
no, no. But they let a bunch of the media guys drive them. It's still in the camouflage,
Okay.
but I think out in Spain they let those guys come up there and drive the car, and then they
Right.
put carpets all over the interior so you can't see what the interior looks like. But those guys are driving it around the track. I think it's going to be something like 50 horsepower, or something like that. Because they co-built it with BMW.
Oh, okay.
So the BMW one is already announced, and that's going to be a convertible. And then the Toyota, I forgot what it is, like A90, Toyota Supra A90 or something like that. That should be coming out sometime next year. So, I think the only thing about it is, I mean, it's going to be like 350 horsepower, but I think it's going to be like 60, 70,000.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
Did you see where
you might, you might want to spend a little bit, you can get a little bit more for that kind of money, but 350 horsepower. I mean,
yeah, that's really not that crazy or anything.
Yeah, rear wheel drive.
Did you see where there's photos of the new mid-engine Corvette?
Yeah,
at the Nürburgring and stuff.
Yeah, because they're testing that too. That's in camouflage also.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's going to be really cool.
Oh, that's going to be badass. Yeah.
That's probably going to look. I think that's going to look better than the Supra. I mean, trust me, I like all cars. I like Toyota Supra. Always wanted one. I've had a couple Toyotas in my life. I think I've had more Toyotas than any other car. I've got a Toyota 4Runner right now.
Never owned one.
No,
not big for any particular reason. I just never have
any Toyota. You never had any Toyota? Oh, okay. Wow.
I mean, I wouldn't mind having a Toyota like 4x4, especially an older one. But it just never has happened. You have something.
Yeah. The older FJ is cool, and even the FJ Cruisers are cool now. I mean, and Toyota doesn't make those anymore, but they're really collectible. My brother Anonymous has one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I've had like a Toyota. Let me see. I've got a 4Runner. I had a Toyota Paseo a long time ago.
Yeah,
that was like a little sporty Toyota. Right. I had a Toyota Celica. I've had a couple of Toyotas. Yep. So I mean,
no, just
but the Corvette, the mid-engine.
Oh, swing!
Yeah, it's not all-wheel drive.
I don't care.
It's not all-wheel drive, but it does look good. It does look good.
Mid-engine, swing.
Yeah, if they put out the Corvette, right, and the Corvette is like let's say the Corvette's like 70, 80,000, and then the Supra,
I know who's gonna have a Corvette.
Yeah, but let's say, and then the Supra is gonna be the same kind of price category. I'm sorry, the Corvette's gonna win that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Corvette. It's a Corvette all day, every day.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm allowed to make car buying decisions anymore, Walter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see. House or car? House or car? No.
Yeah. Car. Car always wins over house.
Oh.
In my book, the car always wins.
There was a house. The Lola's not there right now. There'd be things being thrown at you.
Yeah, you can live in a shack.
But you have a badass car.
Yeah, it's Florida. You can live like right under the highway.
You got you a single wide. Yeah.
Forget, you don't even need that. You just live under the highway. You get one of those signs. You just go out there.
We'll work for gas money.
Yeah, I need gas money for this car right here. I don't know how. I don't think people are going to go for that. I don't think they're going to go for that. Yeah. So, next year is going to be interesting. There's a bunch of electric cars coming out. Are you into any electric cars?
I there's some some of the electric cars that are like the high end, like hybrid mixture things. The little Econo box is not necessarily, because most of them are pretty ugly.
Yeah.
But I guess there's a new company coming out, a new truck company in the U.S. I saw it looking at the news before we started.
Yeah. By the way, someone sent me a picture, so check this out. You want to see the Corvette?
Concept of the Corvette?
Yeah, this is concept. We don't know exactly what the Corvette's going to look like, but oh my gosh, that's like, okay, that's real. That's in Ferrari territory.
Yeah, I was going to say it's Ferrari-ish. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, you were saying there's going to be a new truck company?
New truck company, and it's electric truck, all electric.
I know Tesla's working on a what do you call it? A tractor trailer that's going to be all electric.
I saw it. No, this is I guess it's like pickup truck size or something. I didn't get a chance to really look at the article because it was right before I showed up. But I think it was on Fox News.
Well, I could tell you that if Audi is doing this Audi e-tron that they're doing is all electric. It's like SUV weight and everything, and it's supposed to be able to tow either 7,000 or 7,500 pounds and all that, all electric, and have a 250-mile range. Well, they can definitely do pickups. So I'm pretty sure.
KS Harris says I'm more into electric chairs.
Yeah, I'm with you. If I get something like that, I want it to be a hybrid of the two, like the Nissan, not the Nissan, the Acura NSX.
Yes, because you're not if you happen to get someplace and there's no place to hook up.
Yeah, yeah. Someone I know has the Acura NSX, so that is actually a pretty cool car. So now the thing, you know Suzuki, right?
Yep.
So you ever heard of the Suzuki Jimny?
No.
I don't know if this is going to be coming to the Americas. But the Suzuki Jimny, let me see if I can get you to. Do you see that?
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So the Suzuki Jimny is coming out, but I don't know if it's no.
You know, it's got a G-Wagon look about it.
Yeah, it does. It does.
I had a Suzuki Samurai.
Oh, you did? Those are cool.
I don't remember if you remember when they all came out, and there was all kinds of they only last 30,000 miles.
Oh, they kill you,
and they roll over and blah 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 blah. Well, I put 130,000 miles on my Samurai.
Wow.
It got 30,000. It got 30 miles a gallon, brand new. It got 30 miles a gallon at 130,000 miles. The little bastard would go off road like crazy.
What happened to the Samurai? Because those are pretty cool right now.
Yeah. If you can find one that isn't all rusted out or somebody.
Yeah, or turned into a mud
truck. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them.
I would buy one. I would buy one to have one if I could find one that wasn't.
Those are really cool apocalyptic vehicles.
That hadn't been Joe bobbed, I would buy one.
Yeah. That's a nice little apocalyptic vehicle because a small, lightweight 4x4. You can throw some stuff in there, get out of town.
I had a hard top one, and like I said, it'd go, man. Just go and go and go. I mean, I just finally decided one day I didn't need it anymore. And at that time, it was an economic thing. It's like, another tag, another set of insurance, so I sold it.
Yeah. Gorillas and Guns says Suzuki America went out of business like 8 years ago. I thought they were back in America. I thought Suzuki was back selling some kind of cars in America.
I'm not sure.
And then Land Run 89 says electric truck just in case you want to go to a gay rodeo. Let me just tell you something. By the way, lots of gay dudes look very, very macho. I just want to tell you that right now. So there's lots of gay guys that drive around in Jeep Wranglers. I'm just saying. Don't judge a book by its cover. You'll be surprised every time. You can ask Lola. I don't know why, but I guess a lot of women go to like gay bars, right? When they're young, they go to the gay bars just to dance.
Yeah, I guess.
To dance and hang out with the dudes because, dudes Dudes
It's
like me
safe.
didn't like dancing.
It's safe there. It's safe
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
But you can ask Lola. She's not here, but you can ask her. She would tell me that she would go to those things, and the guys in the gay bar looked all like tough, like muscled out. They had the, you know, they were wearing Timberland boots and all that. Yeah,
macho man.
yeah, but not like what you think. A lot of those guys, you know, she was always shocked. Like, wait, this guy's gay? How'd that happen?
All right, look what Tyven did.
Oh, what? Let's see. Oh, it's on Instagram.
Yeah, he put me tongue in the hole in the.
Yeah. Oh, that's on.
Oh well.
There's going to be people coming out of the woodworks now about you.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Richard Hughes. Hank's got something to tell us.
It's the Russians. It's all about the Russians.
Yeah. You wish. Landrun 89 says he's just having fun. I'm having fun too. I'm just saying, you know.
Oh, it's all right. It's no. I'm not worried.
Razor JB says Yankee Marshall drives a Jeep Wrangler. I believe it.
And so, what does that mean?
Nothing. It doesn't mean anything.
So, what does that mean?
You cannot.
Holy crap! That was cheap. I just saw no money involved with it. I'm not tied with Centerfire Systems at all.
Oh, $30?
$30 for the 50-round
drum
mag for the.
Nice.
Yeah, that's cheap, man. Woo.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
very nice.
God. I love to watch girls exercise. You know.
I don't know what that has to do with a drum magazine, but okay.
I don't know, but I got distracted.
You're just flipping through some random things.
This is the Instagrams. Any young lady that can exercise like that, that's a keeper there.
Okay. I'm not gonna argue that point.
That's a keeper there. As long as she likes dudes.
Yeah.
If she don't like nudes, well, good. Oh. Anyway, so I'll turn the Instagrams off there.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Don't let me distract you.
Well, that's all right. No, let me see what my numbers are. My numbers have been increasing here. My Instagram.
By the way, my friends, you know Jesse James, right?
Yep.
Yeah, not like Jesse James from Making Motorcycles and stuff. The other Jesse James, he has a BMW M2. That thing is pretty badass. I don't know if you've seen it.
Is that?
It was in one of my videos where we're racing. We're not, you know, we're obeying all speed limits.
Yes,
but we're driving, I should say, to my place to shoot the folding Glock.
Okay.
The full conceal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in that video is his M2, which it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. No, that's cool. Let me turn this off here. I was watching my son's dog tear up some paper. I don't know if you saw it on the Instagrams.
No.
Okay, I did that earlier in the day today.
Yeah.
The paper shredder dog.
Yeah. See, on my I don't post on the Instagrams as often as I used to, just because it's crazy right now. But I did post on there today.
Yeah, that picture from
yeah. Did you recognize where that came from?
It's from the prop place out in LA.
Yeah, but do you recognize what movie this comes from? Check that out. That was in a movie. I'll give you a hint. Marky Mark. Marky Mark.
That's what's his face.
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll call him Marky Mark because I remember I remember when he was actually rapping.
I do too, actually,
and all that stuff. Yeah. So yeah, do you know what movie that came from? If you fell asleep in this movie, I would not blame you because it's a horrible movie.
Oh, is it? Does that sword shoot like fire out the end or electric like lightning or something?
Something like that. Yeah, like laser.
Yeah.
Slash stuff.
It's got that look with the twin prongs on it. That's like,
it's from Transformers 4.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And it's like a sword kind of gun thing. Yeah.
That's some independent studio services.
Yeah, independent studio services, right? Yes. Yeah. And I did hear from Larry Zanoff, by the way. Right now he's shooting. Yeah, I did hear from him. He is planning on coming on the show, but right now he's overseas. And he said that he's working on a couple of projects, and it's really crazy running around trying to getting guns into different countries and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But so he must be working on some big movies.
It takes money to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, we pay absolutely nothing over here. But we are planning on getting him on once all of that kind of stuff settles down. And that dude's pretty cool. Did you look at those shows?
I did watch him. Yeah, one night we had a marathon here watching him. So
did you see the one where he's like actually a Japanese sword master? Did you get to that one? You got to watch.
What they do? Oh, is that when they weren't shooting the sword or something?
That's when they did when they were splitting bullets. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing to see. Like, can those swords split a bullet? Yeah. And he's like an actual for real Japanese sword master.
Oh,
what? Yeah. We're talking about Hollywood Weapons, which is on Netflix. And if you guys get a chance, you should watch that show because I think it was good.
Yeah, it was interesting. Yeah.
There's not a lot of cool gun things out there, you know. There was Top Shot, but Top Shot has gone away. I don't think we're ever going to see Top Shot again.
Yeah, it could reappear, but probably not in the near future.
Yeah. So, you know, but that show I think was cool. And then one of the guys on there, Larry Zanoff, we're trying to get him to come on. So
yeah, I need to get my stocks in front of him actually.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think these are perfect movie gun stocks.
Oh yeah.
By the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely book you when he's coming on. I don't know when that's going to be right now.
Book him, Daniel.
But I know I did hear from him this week, I think, or the end of last week. So.
Oh, cool.
You know, so we'll be able to get him to come on. So let's see. What else do we have?
What's it?
Okay. Jay Brennan says it really upsets him when Corvette went to the mid-engine. They were doing great with their setup that they've had for years. That's what set them apart from Ferrari. Now they're just another super. Okay. Car. Yeah, there are some people that are not happy about them doing. I think it's going to be a choice. I think you're still going to be able to get a regular Corvette.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the Stingray's pretty badass. I was thinking about getting a Stingray. I was. Oh, yeah? Yeah, I was thinking about it. And every time I get a bill, I think, should have done the Stingray thing, maybe. But I wanted all-wheel drive. I wanted something that was all-wheel drive, and I'm really, really happy that I have all-wheel drive.
Yeah.
You know, I personally like the idea of all-wheel drive and stuff like that. And then all-wheel drive nowadays, even with Audi, they've really, stepped up what that is. So, there you go. But I like the idea of mid-engine. The one thing that doesn't have is it's not all-wheel drive. I don't know if Chevy does anything all-wheel drive, really. I mean, obviously they've got trucks, but I don't know. Does Chevy have a car, like a regular car that's all-wheel drive?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Len Holt must have the hearing of a freaking, he has super hearing because he says, "Did I hear Lola coming in?" I think I did hear her. I think I heard her coming in there too. So, damn, that's super hearing.
Yeah.
Super hearing going on.
Flopping Garage says all-wheel drive for all that snow in Florida. Let me tell you something. Last night I drove through some rain that, as I call, cow pissing on a flat rock. It was fucking coming down, buddy. I'm telling you what, you need the all-wheel drive when you hit some of those puddles and you can feel the car float.
Yeah.
Because I don't like to slow down too much when it's raining.
Mm-hmm.
What usually slows me down in the rain is people ahead of me. But I keep moving, and you hit some of these puddles sometimes. You can feel the car just kind of up. That's where that all-wheel drive comes in handy and keeps everybody.
Yeah, I think all-wheel drive is not like people think it's just for snow. No. And it's not just for snow. It's not even just for rain. But yeah, you're right. I mean, the other day when I was going home, I think that was Wednesday when I was going home, it just was pouring. It wasn't raining here in Gainesville. So heading out of Gainesville.
Right.
What?
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And Lola was actually in the pickup truck in front of me, and I was in the Audi, and she was more worried. She was like, "Oh, and she was like asking me how it was for me." I was like, "Yeah, this is no big deal."
Yeah, you got all your wheels are pulling.
Yeah, the all-wheel drive like senses those things, and in the Audis in general nowadays, they're really intelligent, so they can figure out, they can shift, they can go mostly rear-wheel drive,
right?
And then they can shift when they need to. But all-wheel drive is good for lots of different driving situations. It's not just snow or rain. It's if something came up really quick and it would have thrown you off, and maybe you skidded off the road and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of situations that it works.
The other day we were out and we were just making a U-turn, on 19, and as we made this U-turn, there was some gravel, and the whole car just hit the gravel. And I wasn't going fast; I was just making a U-turn, and the whole
drifted.
Car, yeah, the back end started to slide out, and I was like, I didn't do it. They're looking at me like I was hitting on the gas or something. We were in a Suburban. Yeah. It has traction control, but still, when the weight of the vehicle slides on the rocks, not much you can do about it. So if you had that front wheel drive pulling, it probably would have straightened itself out better.
Yeah, and that's what all wheel drive today could do. If you think about it, like nowadays, and I don't know, I haven't had a Subaru, although I like Subarus in general. Lots of people in my family are into Subarus, but the all-wheel drive today can help you out in a lot of situations like that. And the cars are intelligent enough to switch power to the wheels that need it. So I think it's a cool thing to have. So
Armament Axis in the chat, is the Ferret all-wheel drive? Yes, it is. And it has a kind of a complicated axle drive system compared to a lot of other four-wheel drive vehicles. But
how does it distribute?
I think it distributes it pretty. I'm not sure. I would imagine it's kind of evenly. There's no fancy electronics in it at all. So I would think it's pretty. So even.
It's all gears.
Yeah, gears and just couplings and all that kind of stuff. When you were out in Colorado, did you see a Subaru every time you turned around?
Yeah, lots of Subaru.
Everywhere. When we were out west last summer, it was like, where was that? When we were in Jackson Hole. Oh my God, it's like Subaru there, parked 2 Subarus, put Subaru here, Subaru. It's like, and I understand it, but it's like, God dang, they're everywhere.
Yeah, I see a lot of them here in Gainesville. Subaru does not make a car that I like right now. I like, there's some Subarus that I think are really cool, like older Subarus and stuff like that.
I don't like the new WRX.
No, they don't move me.
Well, they're not.
I don't think they're designing Subarus for me. Well, there's no sexy Subarus.
They're not designing them to be like a supercar design.
Yeah, well, that's
that, that pointed like a Corvette or something. They're designed they're utilitarian. Yeah,
they're not attractive.
Your dog has to like it. Does your dog like your Subaru?
Yeah, right. My dog likes all cars.
Yeah. And,
yeah, all cars. So yeah, you know what? I wish,
because I got little fingerprint marks on the side of my Suburban from.
Yeah, someone mentioned like the Toyota MR2. Remember Subaru did a thing with Toyota. What was that? Was it the 86?
MR2? I know MR2. That's mid-engine. Yeah.
Yeah, the MR2s are cool. But remember Toyota and Subaru, just like how Toyota and BMW are getting together to make this car. Remember Toyota and Subaru built a car.
They did.
I think it's the Toyota 86, or it was a Scion or something like that. Richard Hughes is saying the Subaru SVX. I remember that from the 80s.
Yeah, that's the one with a lot of glass.
Yeah. But Subaru, in that car, they built a car with Toyota, and their version didn't have all-wheel drive and stuff like that. I guess it was for racing, so it was only rear-wheel drive. But I don't think they're really making anything that's sexy. The BRZ, the AE86, FRS, they got together and they made something together. But
FRS, yeah, that's the.
And those look cool. I like how those look, but I don't think there's no oomph in it. So
yeah, it's not the look you're looking for. Not the look you're looking for.
Yeah, I want certain things in there. I want like a certain amount of power. I want some features, and I want it to be. Yeah, one of the cool cars I had before was the Honda S2000.
Yeah, it's sporty.
Yeah, so that's a pretty badass car. All right, we're over 9 o'clock.
We busted it.
We could sit here and talk about cars forever, but I know you both of us have to do the same event tomorrow.
I got to finish packing up. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So someone says the Subaru Baja is gorgeous, maybe not sexy.
How about the Brat? The little Brat.
Yeah, those are cool. Yeah. They're not making it. They're making those cars for different people nowadays. So.
Yeah, they're hugging trees and kissing squirrels.
Yeah. So they need to make some cars. They need to make some better cars, or maybe they don't. So
they're glocking it. They're glocking it.
Yeah, exactly.
It works.
So, yeah, absolutely. So, all right, we're gonna be back Monday. We'll probably see Walter and myself here. Maybe Babyface P for free for all Monday.
Oh, hang on a second. You know what I didn't do?
What?
I didn't like the show.
Oh. Damn you, Walter.
Only have, wow.
Hoisted
We
by
only have 31 people watching tonight?
No.
21 likes?
I haven't been telling people to hit the like button or whatever. So you got to tell the folks to hit the like button. Otherwise, I guess it doesn't go anywhere. You got to tell people to thumbs up. So if you're watching this and you're still we've got over 100 people hanging out with us right now. And we're about to go off air. Hit the thumbs ups, people. I got to do it.
It's just like frenzy at the end. Come on.
Yeah, people give me like a hard time when I say like, "Oh, don't forget to hit the thumbs ups." But yeah, you got to hit the thumbs ups. That's how it goes.
Shameless self-promotion. Come on.
Yeah, we absolutely have to do it. So Walter and I will be back. Walter, what do you want to tell the people about before we get out of here?
Come on out to Aries Firearms training tomorrow. Got a toy drive for the kids for Christmas. Military vehicles, shooting guns, hanging out. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come on down.
Yes, and if you get there early enough before we go through the ammo, you'll get to see me shoot up some Fort Scott munitions ammo from out there. Yeah. One of our sponsors.
I don't know if I brought any swag or not. Well, I gotta go.
Bring some swag.
I gotta go. I gotta go back to shop anyways because we left a piece of pizza sitting out on the counter.
The rats already got to that thing. You're gonna get back there, and those rats will be having a party.
Shh! Don't say that.
Yeah. When you come in, they're gonna be like, "What, dude? Don't roll up on me like that."
I better come with the bayonet
out. Benjamin Austin says he just bought a Keg 12 7-inch the other day.
Excellent.
Yeah, so thank you.
We still got Keg 12s. We have 7-inch Remingtons, 10-inch Remingtons, 10-inch Mossbergs, and in Mossbergs 20 gauge M410 still. So no more 7-inch Mossbergs. They're all gone. So.
All right, awesome.
I think I even sold the one that's in the video with the Gould brothers. So.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
we should have had the Gould brothers sign that thing.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, those guys. Whoever got that, you got a famous gun now. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna be there. Walter's gonna be there. Thanks to everyone that sponsors us. ATI Outdoors. Mike was on yesterday. Of course, Safety Harbor Firearms. Walter and the rest of the family over there. Family owned Safety Harbor Firearms. Andrew's Custom Leather. Yeah, for reals. Of course, the Fort Scott Munitions. Thanks to them. And don't forget, this is all the podcast brought by Franklin Armory. Okay, so we're out of here. We'll see you guys on Monday. Hit the thumbs ups, people. Come on, hit the thumbs up.
Hit it, man. Hit it.
And if you're listening to this on iTunes and Spreaker and all those kind of places, Spotify and all that, where we do the podcast, please leave a review. Walter, there's a whole bunch of reviews on iTunes. Actually, we should probably read some of those reviews sometime.
Probably should. Yeah.
Leave a review over there. People have downloaded about 45,000 times this podcast.
Wow. Oh, cool.
So that's pretty awesome.
Cool stuff.
We appreciate all you guys. We appreciate everyone that sponsors us on Patreon or supports us on Patreon. It's Patreon/Hank Strange. We will see you guys on Monday unless we see you tomorrow. Peace. We're out of here.